So we're just waiting for the next race to go off, which is at 1:10, and in the interim we've had a change in the commentary team. 2 novice commentators for National Schools Regatta. I'm one of them. My name's Mark Davis. I never actually rode at school, and sitting alongside me is Sheila Ford.
Sheila Ford, yeah. So I never rode at school actually either. Obviously late bloomers we were.
Yeah, clearly. I took it up at university. But yeah, it was a rowing school. I never got into a boat. Shame on me. Eh?
Yeah. Nice to have the opportunity, I think. But it's great to see so many schools down here for this fantastic event, and the weather is being very kind to us today. Earlier this week it was saying it was going to be quite stormy, but it looks like the rain's going to hold off for the whole weekend.
And not just that, but a tailwind was blowing absolutely straight down the course. So
yeah, it's a rare day at Dorney Lake when you don't get any wind.
You can't ask
so
for more
as long as
than
it's
one
in the right
blows
direction, we're happy.
in a straight line down the course.
Yeah.
Now we're just waiting for the times from the last race to become official. They are still unofficial up on the website, and we're also waiting for the Dulwich Cup, the J14 octuple B cruise, to go off at 1:10.
Yeah, and the fastest time for this was set in 2005, so 14 years ago by Reading Bluecoat School. They set a time of 3 minutes 13.89 seconds, so they that's the expectation, that's the time to go for.
Now, if you're wondering, if you've got a programme in your hand and you're wondering why it is that there are some A crews in what is an event for second crews, it's because if a school has got 2 crews in this event, then the A crew is the A crew for this event and the B crew is the B crew for this event. So it might look slightly incongruous to see an A crew in effectively a B crew race, but that's the reason.
That's the logic behind it.
So the format here is the same as it was for the last race. The first 6 crews, the 6 fastest crews, will race in the A final, 7 to 12 will race in the B final, and the C final will be crews 13 to 18. I think there are 25 crews in total going off here, so 18 of them will be racing again this afternoon from 4:25, and the A final itself is off at 13 minutes past 6, assuming that we stick to time. Okay, so we've just got the official times through for the last times trial, which was the Coxed Quads, and just as I was about to read them to you, they've disappeared off my screen. So hold on 1 second, let me see if I can get them back on another screen. Hunter Cup. Short answer is no, I can't, but in the meantime the Dulwich Cup has gone off. Bedford have led the octuples off the start, J14 octuples. They've just gone off. Bedford School have started, and so have St Edward's School Boat Club A crew in this event. Okay, so the official results from the time trial for the Hunter Cup, that was the J14 girls Coxed Quads. The A final will be Maidenhead Rowing Club A, Durham Amateur Rowing Club, Guildford Rowing Club, City of Bristol, Headington School, Oxford and Henley Rowing Club A. And in the B final, we've got Queen's Park High School, Weybridge, Walbrook, Lee, Wimbledon High School and Peterborough City. And then the C final will be Molesey, Team Keene, Sculling School B, Henley B, Stratford upon Avon, Grange School Hertford and Mossbourne. Meanwhile, we're a minute into the Dulwich Cup time trial, and Bedford School have gone past the first timing point in 1:32. There are 4 crews so far off the start. So 7 crews off the start so far in this time trial. The fastest to the first marker point so far is Latimer Upper School, who have got there in 1:25. Be a few minutes still before they come into sight with us, but St Edward's School seem to have done pretty well off the first 1,000 metres.
Radley also going very well, 1:28 to the first mark.
And St Paul's B crew here have put in a very quick first 400 metres. They've come in at just under 1:20 compared with the 1:28 that had earlier been Radley with the fastest time before them. So the first 10 now have started, 10 of 25.
Always tempting to go out fast in a race, but we've seen so many races where it's the middle 2/3 of the race where it's really won. So pacing yourself.
I think it's got harder and harder to pace yourself, simply because at an international level you see crews now race the whole of a 2,000 metre course
the New
flat
Zealanders,
out in a way that just wasn't true before.
Yeah, that's their strategy, is go all out. So, difficult, because you don't want to leave anything out there on the water.
No, but of course this is early days.
Yeah.
So that's Shipley just off the start and Bedford School Boat Club B just off the start. And St Paul's continue to set the pace so far in this. They've gone through the 900 metre marker in 3:04. So that puts them unofficially about 10 seconds quicker than the 5 crews that went off before them.
And we can see St Edward's School Boat Club A coming in now to the last 200 metres or so. 280. Still looking very disciplined. And they're followed by Bedford School Boat Club in their blue boat, blue kit. Looking very tidy there.
So St Edward's were the first over the line, setting the early pace, 7 minutes and 2. They were first out of the blocks, and that's the first time unofficially to complete.
And that's Bedford School just over the line. And coming up now, we've got King's College School Boat Club. Right to red kit, dark blue blades, pushing on for the finish.
Archie Wilcox is the stroke man in that crew. Wayland Lowe pushing on.
Send a volunteer up just to see what you're doing.
Is Latimer Upper School Boat Club, boat 283, just finishing. Keeping the effort up right to the end.
Max Bray, the cox there, obviously giving them a final shout.
Bedford School, their blue boat, light blue boat, dark blue tops coming in next. Followed closely by Radley College Boat Club C, just finishing.
It's number 285 Radley. Joe Dreyer in the stroke seat, Ollie Sparks backing him up at 7.
And boat 286, Radley College again, just passing the line. Boat Club, boat 286.
286 is St Paul's
My mistake.
Boat Club B, which had set the pace in the first part of the course. We haven't seen what the timing is for the second part, but certainly that St Paul's Boat Club B crew, stroked by Alexander Gong, set the early pace. It'll be interesting to see if they manage to hold that through the second part of the course.
Interesting tussle between boats 287 and 278. Matching each other at the moment. 278 in yellow boat, just overtaking, going very strong. They are Abingdon School Boat Club.
So that's Abingdon and St Paul's second crew in this race, St Paul's C, who have closed on them during the course of the time trial. But a strong finish nonetheless from Abingdon, as you say, Sheila.
So pushing now strongly for the line, Abingdon School Boat Club, boat 284 in the blue and white boat, just coming up to the finish now, staying strong.
Benedict Shulitzi there in the stroke seat, coxed by Peter Harris. Now quite a gap until the next. Who's that coming, Sheila?
It is 292 coming up. Who are they then?
So that's Bedford School. That's Eero Martin in the stroke seat. Joshua Cook is his cox. And they went over the first 400 metres in 1:22. And they look fairly tidy as they come to the finish still.
Yeah, and following them we've got Shiplake College. The white boat, very distinctive kit, the burgundy and the yellow, looking strong, keeping that effort in right to the end.
Gordon Fitzgerald in the bow seat of that Shiplake boat is the first to cross the line for Shiplake B.
And they are being followed by boat 294, Radley College Boat Club B. Putting in a good performance there. And boat 293 in the white boat, white tops, St George's College Boat Club, just coming up to their last few strokes, approaching the line.
A lot of effort being put in there by Seb Croft, I can see in the stroke seat through my binoculars as they cross the line, pushing it all the way to the finish for St George's Boat Club. So there's King's Chester who are going to be next to cross the line. King's Chester, straight by Alex Matajesevic.
And
doing a bit of a test.
They are being, pronunciation, they're being followed very closely by Radley College Boat Club in 298.
So Radley's A crew coming in, going off 4 places after their B crew. It'll be interesting to see whether they manage to make up much ground on them. Colby Mulgrew, the cox of that boat. And,
they're looking very good, very strong still. Look, they're still rowing.
They've gone well past the line. Laurie van der Grift in the stroke seat, keen to make sure that they crossed at pace.
And in boat 297 we've got Reading Bluecoat School, the white boat, and they've got blue and white kit on the top, heading for the line. Still looking good together as a crew. 300. And again we've got Shiplake in boat number 300, Shiplake College Boat Club A. Looking very strong coming up to the line.
Harrison and Harry in the stern pair of that boat. Harrison Harper in the stroke seat and Harry Wood in the 7 seat. And at 6, Oliver Dennison Pender. Dennison Pender's a name that's often heard around these parts, but not often associated with rowing. So that's Ollie Dennison Pender in the 6th seat of the Shiplake crew that has just crossed the line.
And in the yellow boat, coming up we've got boat number 302, which is Westminster School Boat Club in their very distinctive pink tops matching nicely with their yellow boat. Wrong. No, that's right. And that's Westminster just on the line. Following them, boat 301 Latimer Upper School Boat Club B. Looking very together as a crew.
They went off very quickly, that Latimer Upper School crew. They were very quick to the 400 metre mark and struggled slightly more over the next marker, but back in it. They look like they've lost their 7-man. That would explain everything.
Yeah,
so as they go past us, we can see that
went wrong.
Only 7 of them. So they went from being the second fastest crew to the first marker point. I suspect they had a problem between that and the next, because it was at that point that they started to fall away. But they're still accreditable on the unofficial timings. They are still in the top 12 as things currently stand.
So that's a fantastic effort.
That there are 5 still to come in.
We've got lunch if you want. Making its way up to the finish now, crew 279, which is Hampton School. Must have started out of order. Their boat club, Hampton School Boat Club B. Pushing hard for the line, Hampton. A few more strokes.
It was Bertie Lucas in the 7th seat of the Latimer boat that suffered a problem, so it'd be interesting to find out what happened there. But they've, as I say, they've done very well. They're still holding that unofficially, that 12th position, despite the fact that they rode obviously a fairly substantial part of the time trial with only 7 people.
And we've got another Hampton boat making its way to the line, Hampton School Boat Club A, boat number 289, just finishing there. Boat number 288, King's School Ely Boat Club, approaching the line.
So there are just 3 more after King's School Ely to come in: Abingdon, Dulwich and King's College School Boat Club C. There seems to be a long gap.
Yeah. So in the yellow boat, we've got boat number 295, which is Dulwich College Boat Club B, approaching the line.
Stroke by Zaki Al-Chalabi.
And approaching the line now, Abingdon School Boat Club C, in their blue and white boat.
That's Arthur Monaghan in the stroke seat there.
Now we can hear the boat steward trying to marshal the crews that have just finished onto the pontoons and get them off the pontoons as quickly as possible. Not an enviable job.
So just 1 crew to finish. That's King's College School Boat Club C, which is crew number 299. Raphael Harper in the straight seat, Aidan Forbes in the 7-seat, and they've still got a couple of 100 metres to go before they cross the line. In the unofficial standings, looking at the times that we saw crossing the line, St Paul's are at the top of that time trial in an unofficial time of 6:39, followed by Radley in 6:42 and Abingdon 6:45, Hampton 6:50, just 0.15 of a second ahead of Abingdon's B crew. So on the unofficial timings, that's 2 Abingdon crews in the top 5, and if I look down at 6th, unofficially of course Radley there again. So in the unofficial timings there are 2 Radley crews and 2 Abingdon crews in the top 6.
And the last crew on the water in this time trial, King's College School Boat Club C, just approaching the line. Great effort being put in there.
The hoot is gone.
That's all the crews
that's
now
bliss, isn't
for Dulwich Cup. Yeah, relax.
So we shall await the official timing of that, but as I say, as the timings have gone through unofficially, there are 2 Radley crews, 2 Abingdon crews, St Paul's and Hampton currently making up the first 6. So we shall see if that gets confirmed.
Always a bit of a lag between the end of the race and the results coming out. They never can come soon enough though, Mark.
No, indeed not. And there isn't very long until the next time trial goes off, which is the Mariner Cup in the Cox Falls J15, where there are 24 crews about to go off the start in just a couple of minutes. So while we're waiting for those results to go official, let's just talk you briefly through the Mariner Cup format, J15 Coxed Fours, because this doesn't go straight through to finals. There's a semi-final for the 12 fastest crews, and then the crews 13 to 18 will go straight into final C. But finals A and B are decided on semi-finals that will take place at 3:30 this afternoon. So those Cox Falls have just started. It's race 109, and Kingston Rowing Club A have led those crews off the start, 24 of them, and they'll be followed by their own club, Kingston Rowing Club B, and then Tideway Scullers, Pangbourne and St Joseph's College from Ireland.
Great to see some crews coming from far and wide for this event. Come from Ireland, St Joseph's College. We've also got Monmouth here, pretty far away, as well as the usual suspects from around the Thames schools. Reflecting that National Schools Regatta is the premier competition for junior rowers across the UK, and we're expecting competitors from 153 schools and clubs over the course of the next 3 days, and many of the top UK rowers, the elite athletes that we see, have started off at school and have probably rowed in the Nat Schools Regatta. Unlike Mark and myself, we were late starters. That equates to 5,000 competitors, all between the ages of 14 and 18, and we can already see lots of spectators. I'm sure there'll be more as the weekend evolves. Thousands of parents, coaches, teachers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, friends and so on will be coming here to watch the regatta. We can't forget also hundreds of volunteers that are the hidden effort behind making an event like this happen. A lot of them will be wandering around in the background, but all playing a vital role, maintaining safety, organisation, and making sure we're all fed and watered.
So the first 15 crews now are off the start in this J15 Cox 4 time trial. We've been looking at some video pictures of the Tideway Scullers crew that went off third in this. They got to the 400 metre marker in 1:22.97, which has been bettered since by 3 other crews, but they were looking a very cohesive unit, that Tideway Scullers crew, on the video monitor that we've got in front of us. Nico Delaney in the stroke seat for them. On the unofficial timings, they are the 4th quickest so far to that opening 400 metre marker, with 15 crews having started this trial. So just before these guys come to the line, let me just rattle through quickly the official results of the J14 octuple, the Dulwich Cup, the time trial for that. The A final will be, as was being talked about earlier, 2 crews from Radley, 2 crews from Abingdon, Hampton and St Paul's. And the B final is Abingdon, Shiplake, Latimer, St Edwards, Radley and Bedford.
And just on the line we've got Kingston Rowing Club A, boat 303, just finishing there, looking like they've put in a great effort. Another Kingston boat coming up. Boat number 304, which is Kingston Rowing Club's B boat, pushing on to the line in their red and white boat.
It's Matt Long in the bow seat, who will be knocking up against Joseph Sparks in that bow loader boat.
Okay, and in boat 305, the Tideway scullers that you were speaking about earlier, Mark, are coming up to the line, still looking very tidy together.
Indy Regan in the Cox's seat there, and Matthew Halewood at bow. "18 seconds between the two Kingston crews that have finished on the unofficial timing. 6:32 for their A crew, 6:50 for the B crew.
And we've just seen boat 307, St Joseph's College Rowing Club from Ireland, overtake. So they'll be next on the line. And they've just gone past Pangbourne College Boat Club C. So the Irish team, St Joseph's College, looking very strong on the line, staying together, putting all that effort in. Pangbourne College following behind, coming up to the line now. And in the blue and white boat we've got Grange School, Hertford, the rowing club. Looking very strong. Doesn't look like they'll be caught by anybody else, so they will be next over the line.
Benji Fry in the stroke seat there. They had a slower start. They were slower to start than many of these crews, and they were 15th at the first marker point, but they've made up a lot of ground through the middle of the race. Grange School.
Okay, and we've got 1863 Club A coming in. Boat 311, 1863, just on the line, followed by 1863 Club B, just crossing the line.
The A crew have got about half a minute on their B crew on that, the 1863 guys.
That was Aberdeen Schools Rowing Association, boat 313, just going over the line there.
Pangbourne College B crew just crossing. Their C crew finished in 7:42, so it'll be interesting to see what the difference is between those two. They had 11 seconds on them at the final marker.
And then just coming up to the line, we've got boat number 314, Sir William Borlade's Grammar School Boat Club, just crossed the line.
Followed by Whitgift, stroked by Jack Tullis.
Boat 318. Great Marlow School Boat Club, boat 317, is going to be the next to cross the line.
Hugo Salinas in the cox's seat in that bow loader. Mackenzie Jameson stroking them. Ben Woods, Aidan Strain and Lucas Hastings.
Keeping it going, and they'll be followed by Kew House School Boat Club in boat 319.
I was down seeing Kew House Boat Club only very recently.
Yeah.
Kingston Rowing Club A continue to set the pace so far in this with the unofficial times that we're seeing.
Boat number 320 heading to the line. That's Reading Bluecoat School Boat Club A, chased by...
That's Hereford Rowing Club. Big shout for them as they came past.
Yeah, and boat 321 chasing them hard.
This is Oratory School just coming up now to complete the time trial.
Boat 316, busy spell on the finish line there.
Oratory is another club that started relatively slowly and then picked up a lot in the next 500 metres. Interesting to see how they lasted in the second half of the course.
We've got a tussle going on between boats 323 Pangbourne College Boat Club A and 324 Yarm School Boat Club, who are fighting it out to be the next to cross the line.
Little look across from James Hawkins in the two-seat there of the Pangbourne boat. You could see they were being pushed.
Challenged, yeah. Pangbourne just sneaked in there. Hampton School Boat Club in boat 325, just approaching the tower. Dark green kit, dark green blades and a white boat.
So those Pangbourne College crews that have just gone past, three of them have finished within 4 places of each other from the look of the unofficial timings. The A crew will be glad that they came out on top, 7:19. Pangbourne College B in 7:24 and their C crew in 7:42.
Okay, and that was Hampton School Boat Club just finishing, just crossing the line.
So with 20 crews having finished, there have been 3 that have withdrawn, and Kingston, who set the pace right off the start, they were the first crew to go off, and they look like they are going to be the first crew in the time trial, because they currently head the unofficial standings, having finished in an unofficial time of 6:32, 8 seconds quicker than Hereford, who are currently second, and then Aberdeen Schools behind them. Reading Bluecoat are in 4th, Kingston Rowing Club B crew are 5th as things currently stand, and Yarm are the 6th crew. But as I said, the 12 fastest in this will go through to semi-finals just after 3:30 today. So the top 6 doesn't put you straight into the A final on this occasion, it just sends you through to semi-finals. But as I say, at the moment, Kingston led off the start and they led to the finish.
Great strategy.